start with Caren and Conscious Container. Take it away, Caren.
Hello, everyone. I am Caren McNamara. I am the founder and CEO of Conscious Container. Conscious Container is building a business to bring refillable glass bottles back into our U.S. infrastructure and economy for wine, beer, and non-alcoholic beverage producers. So what's the challenge? We have a single-use packaging waste crisis. Our single-use glass bottle holds up to 18 to 30% of the carbon footprint in just that single-use bottle alone. And currently in the United States, 70% of our glass goes into landfill. Industry is working to lightweight the glass, but can only achieve a 4% reduction in that glass. And then lastly, there's a lack of refillable glass bottle infrastructure here in the United States. Next slide. So what's the solution? Conscious Container is building a refillable glass bottle infrastructure business where we collect, wash, and resell the refillable glass bottle to beverage producers. For our beverage customers, a refillable glass bottle represents up to an 18% carbon footprint reduction compared to a single-use bottle. And beverage producers will experience a reduction in their overall bottle costs as the bottle is reused multiple times. Also, a refillable glass bottle mitigates the supply chain risk of available glass bottles, which is at critical levels in the wine industry currently. And refillables also minimize the financial impact of current and proposed single-use packaging waste. Next slide. This is a volume-based business. And in the United States, we have the volume of glass bottles required to enable the launch and scaling of this business. Our launch in the wine industry taps into over 2.9 billion wine bottles sold annually just in California alone. Next slide. The Conscious Container team has the experience, industry knowledge, and has done the work to stand up and scale this essential climate action and proven business model. Our president, Bruce Stevens, stood up a wine bottle washing operation previously, and our CFO brings deep entrepreneurial and venture capital experience to our team. Additionally, Conscious Container was incorporated as a benefit corporation in alignment with our social, environmental, and business values. Next slide. We are seeking values-aligned investors to join our seed round capital raise of 1.5 million. This is under a convertible note with a 6 million valuation cap. Our use of funds will support the bottle washing operation, equipment, and working capital in this first round. Additionally, we also received a $500,000 grant from the state of California Greenhouse Gas Reuse Grant for our refillable wine bottle business launch. I thank you for your passion and attention, and I look forward to answering your questions.
Awesome. Great presentation. I am going to time now 4 minutes for the Q&A, and Holly, take it away.
Wow, that was a great presentation. I'm going to go to Gene first and see if he has a question he'd like to ask.
Thanks so much. Great presentation. I love the idea. I looked on your website and it looked like you're sort of ready to get started. I wonder if you could tell us sort of where you are in the startup phase. Do you have customers? Do you have revenue? Kind of where are you in that glide path?
Yeah, oh, great question. First of all, we are ready to launch. We're working to close out this round of capital. We are pre-revenue. We have LOIs from wine customers. I can tell you, Gene, the smaller wineries, they cannot get glass bottles. They are calling us and sending me emails to say, hey, do you guys have glass? So that's where we stand right now. With the launch money, within the first quarter, we will have monthly recurring revenue.
So I got a question from Stephen in the audience. I love the proposition. How will the problem of the cost of the backhaul of empties be addressed?
So what we're doing is we are actually starting off with an existing infrastructure that where there's excess bottles on the production line of these large wineries. And we are launching in Northern California, which is sort of the epicenter of the wine industry. So we are going to tap into the recyclers who are already moving this glass around. And then we are going to pull from that inventory in order to launch the business and begin to start to really, we're going to go scale this.
So it's interesting, someone from the audience works with Scout and Cellar and their crafted wine, and they say looking to improve their sustainability. I'd like to go to Allie and see if one of the judges.
Yeah, great. My question is on per unit profit. So how do you imagine pricing this per bottle? And then what do you imagine your per unit cost will be?
So the unit economics in our cost model, which is really well built. We go, there's really good unit economics from this. There's a 12-ounce bottle up to a 750 ml bottle, and that's a 3 to 31 cent unit economics for those bottles in regards to profit. What was your second question? Apologies.
No, that was it. Yeah, unit economics.
Yeah.
So revenue minus cost would be 31 cents.
Yeah, I'm gonna put one more comment on that. Right now, they cannot get glass. So there has been a 45 to 60% increase in the cost of those bottles. And so our model has us at the lower end of that. So we know right out the gate, the unit economics are gonna look even better.
So we have a question from an audience member. How do you plan on collecting the recyclable glass from households around the nation and/or incentivizing them to recycle glass?
So the long pole in the tent is retail and getting retail and consumers. This model works best in deposit states to start off with, but we're starting off with a B2B model to collect that glass that's coming off the production lines. It's the low hanging fruit. And there are a lot of innovators that we're partnering with on really, really amazing ways to get consumers engaged. We have to incent. It either has to be convenient and incented for consumers to get involved. So we're going to start with the B2B model, get the engine rolling. And then as we go to scale, we'll look across the United States to see where are the best places to do that. And there's the demand out there, and we need to partner with different providers. I've always felt existing infrastructures, what's already there in order for us to get that glass back.
Rach, a few seconds left. Do you have a question?
Yeah, hey, who's your competitor? Who's your primary competitor right now?
We get that question. And the competitors is sort of the existing system. Waste haulers, they like waste, right? That's so they could be a potential competitor. Loop, TerraCycle Loop they're trying to get this going, but they're gonna be a customer of ours because they're gonna need the internal infrastructure in order to make their model work. So we see them, they're maybe considered a competitor, but not at this point.
I think, Kendra, are we out of time?
We are out of time. Caren, that was awesome. Wonderful presentation. And thank you guys for the questions in the audience.